Everybody, video here for you today. Actually, this is my second video of the day. For new subs, I do make videos around Las Vegas once in a while, as well as my ancient history videos. But I wanted to report on this story today. Found this very interesting. Kind of goes with my Amazon geoglyph ruins video from the other day. This is called Serenea della Lindosa down here. And that's my fourth attempt at doing that introduction there with that name. I'm not sure of the exact location of this find. And the more I read about this, it looks like they were spread out through an area down here. Let's go over to a story. I want to thank a few different people for sending me this article. It says Sistine Chapel of Ancients Rock Art discovered in remote Amazon forest. Tens of thousands of Ice Age paintings across a cliff face shed light on people and animal from 12,500 years ago. That's a time period we've talked a lot about on this channel. There is some very ancient rock art right there. They say the dating of this rock work is over 12,000 years old. That is based on a few different things. Some Ice Age megafauna, mastodons, species of camel, giant sloths are portrayed. So they know these are very ancient. They say these are made by some of the earliest people that ever arrived in the region. And of course, kind of question the whole migrated over the Bering Strait and came down through the ice corridor. That hypothesis that has been questioned on this channel, but some very interesting rock art. And if it's over 12,000 years old, that's very interesting. People at this time period would have portrayed the most important things going on in their world at the time. There are some very interesting things that we find in other parts of the world, especially this wavy line that is on a lot of ancient rock art, but there are handprints here. Does that depict an ancient flood? Well, that is just one guess. Of course, I'm sure there will be some comments on other things that this could represent. If those are over 12,000 years old, that's very interesting and a little eerie. Just reading a little here, and I'll give this one more attempt. It says the site is in the Serenea del Lindosa, where, along with the Cherabiquet National Park, not sure if I said that right, other rock art has been found. The documentary's presenter, Ella Al-Shamahi, an archaeologist and explorer, told The Observer the new site is so new they haven't even given it a name yet. There is some rock art and those handprints right there. It says we started seeing animals that are now extinct. The pictures are so natural and so well made that we have few doubts that you're looking at a horse, for example. The Ice Age horse had a wild, heavy face. It's so detailed. We can even see the horse hair. It's fascinating. And it says one figure wears a mask resembling a bird with a beak. We have talked about that at many ancient sites. Birdmen, Horus in Egypt, and the Birdman at Cahokia, for example. It says paleoanthropologist Ella Al-Shamahi, the presenter of the Channel 4 series, and I guess they're making a documentary on this find here. The area where these paintings were found, I guess there has been a truce in place. The area Colombia that has not been very stable. It says the territory where the paintings have been discovered was completely off limits until recently and still involves careful negotiations to enter safely. It says the paintings vary in size. There are numerous handprints. Many of the images are on that scale, be they geometric shapes, animals, or humans. Others are much larger. And there is a look at one area that is completely covered by ancient rock art here. There is a fascinating look at what they think is some very, very ancient rock art. Many different patterns, symbols, geometric figures, what appears to be animals. Some of these they think are extinct animals. They say some of these are so high up you need a drone to photograph them. Oh, that's pretty fascinating. No, I'm looking forward to further research that comes out on this. Are these 12,000 years old? Well, if megafauna are portrayed, then I don't see any other explanation. Could there be more modern ones mixed in? I guess that's possible. They say the humans are, looks like they are worshiping some of the animals in some of these scenes. And this is only one area I'm showing you. And there are also hallucinogenic plants that are portrayed in some of these. So how far back does that go? It's all very interesting here. December 5th is the date that this documentary will be coming out on this rock art. Here As the archaeologist at the scene, there is a look at some of this rock art here, a little closer up. Geometric forms, what looks like Batman right here in a few places. That is very fascinating, if that dating is indeed correct on these. I have talked a lot about rock art on my channel. What does this all mean? Well, we know little about what they're trying to portray, and stuff that's maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years old. This seems very well preserved. Very fascinating here. There's a real close look at this. This rock art was found somewhere right down in this region of Colombia. I have not talked about Colombia for a long time, but somewhere right down here. If that dating is correct on that rock art, well, that's pretty fascinating. That's a time period we know very little about and want to know more. People were trying to tell stories probably there. Hope thought that was cool, and you all have a very nice night.